everybody, it is day 31 of the 31 Baby Steps FlyLady series. Yes, I'm dressed up, but it's a day to celebrate. We made it. 31 baby steps every day. We are no longer newbies at the FlyLady series. We are now becoming veterans. We have gone through the baby steps. Yes, there's still things to learn about the FlyLady series, but we've got routines down now that will stay in place and help maintain our home. Tomorrow, you're going to continue with this process. It's not over just because you've gone 31 baby steps, but you now know it's possible. You now know that if I at least do 2 minutes on something, that's something. That's better than sitting around my house and doing nothing. So today is a day to celebrate. So celebrate it. So for me, I anticipated this day. So I got a new outfit that I'm wearing today, which I think is nice. And so I've got to take my son to the dentist. I'm going to look a little weird, a little dressed up. But we're also probably going to go out to eat tonight too. So to celebrate an accomplishment. Because for me, I have a hard time sticking with things. I don't know if you've noticed. Okay, y'all probably have. I have a hard time sticking with things. And so the fact that I saw this through all the way to 31 days speaks volumes on what I've accomplished as well. So to me, it's an internal victory as well as an external victory of seeing 31 baby steps done. But we still got to get today done. And I'm going to talk to you about what the FlyLady talks about in this chapter, besides celebrating everything you've done. All right. But first, we got to get dressed to lace up shoes. So I am dressed. I just showed you that. Let me show you my shoes.
All right. There's my purple laces ready to start the day.
Okay. So in this chapter, the FlyLady talks about the fact that we have kissed our perfectionism goodbye. She talks about how perfectionism, the things that we're taught about perfectionism, we're taught, at an early age. She mentions a fly baby that had wrote her, and she was crying at her kitchen sink, and then realized it's because whenever she was a child, she was actually punished by having to do the dishes, and then here she was doing the dishes, and not hating it. So it just goes to show that no matter what we're taught when we're younger, we can overcome that, and we can break away from the habits that we were taught that were bad habits, the speak that we tell ourselves, all of those things. All the little baby steps we've had along the way, there was a purpose in it. It's so that we can kiss perfectionism goodbye, and so that we can focus on what is good enough. And so she mentioned that the hardest thing for us to realize is that enough is good enough. So good enough is good enough, rather. I said that wrong. So good enough is good enough. And I know I've talked to y'all about this in several videos leading up to this, but you've got to come to the realization that that is the reality now. That is your new reality. Is enough. Good enough is good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect, even though we're taught that perfectionism is a good thing. I don't think so. I think attention to detail is a good thing. But it doesn't have to be to the point that it's excessive and becomes this big subject of perfectionism. So as long as the house isn't going to collapse, you cleaned your house good enough. Maybe that's going to be my new saying. If you clean the house good enough that it's not going to collapse, that is good enough. But no, as long as you're doing something each day, that's good enough. Even if you have to break it down to, I can't do all of those 31 baby steps. That's a lot. But I can do 2-minute hot spots each day. Even that over the course of a month is a lot. If you don't believe me, try it. So you'll see. Also at the end of the book, FlyLady mentions that there's 2 different people that would have read her book. There's the person that would maybe have read like the first few chapters and then got going. Actually, there's 3 different people. Somebody that got it and started day 1. Let's do this. And then there's the person that reads the whole book all the way through before they do anything. And then they realize, oh God, that's a lot of things to do. I might as well not even bother. She mentions that that's your perfectionism as well. So if you've watched my entire series and you haven't gotten up off your couch or off your chair and done something, you're in that last group. So get up and do it. It may be overwhelming to you because you watched the whole series. You weren't supposed to watch the whole series before you started. You were supposed to start on day 1. So stop right now, go back to the first video, and start from there. One video at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. That's what it's intended to do. Stop talking yourself out of it and go. So you all, skidoo. I'll see you whenever you're done. Okay, those of you that stuck with me and did this every step of the way, I'm proud of you. I'm sure you see the difference in your house. I'm definitely sure you see the difference in your house. So great job on that. Great job sticking with it. Great job going all the way through the series. It's a hard feat to do. If you stop somewhere in between, then you know what? Pick back up where you left off. What day were you on? Go back to that day. Do it. And finish it up. It's not a big deal if you skip a day. All right, so for those of you that have stuck with it, I'm proud of you. Very, very proud of you. And thank you for sticking with me, even though I know it took forever for me to get all the videos up, but thank you for being patient. And we are going to get through today, and we will talk at the end of the day. But right now, let's get started on our morning routine. All right, it is bed making time once again. Get that bed made. Okay, my bed is made. It took 2 minutes. So, doesn't take long at all, so don't put it off. And it's always nice to climb into a freshly made bed every night. All right, so yesterday we did darks. Today we're going to do our light load. So this is the load that's going to go in the washer. All right, nice clean sink. Waiting for me this morning. And clean dishes. So it's time to unload. And we're empty. So, oops, I forgot to film whenever I was doing my swish and swipe. So I've already wiped down the counters and sinks. I'm just waiting on everything to dry. But I just wanted to let y'all know. But I will be doing my toilet. It's a little messy. So we'll get that done. All right. Kitchen. Oh, Lord. Bathroom is all clean. So get your swish and swipe done. You will be glad you did. Have a nice clean bathroom.
All right, it doesn't look like a complete mess this time, but I'm going to clean off the couch table. 2 minutes. Tackle your hot spot. See what you can get. All right, and this is what I'm left with. So just got my little notebook here. That's about it. It just needs to be cleaned off, but set your timer for 2 minutes. You may be surprised at what you get done. All right, so we got to look at our calendar this morning, and I did get dressed to lace up shoes, so I'm going to put my little butterfly there. Got a dentist appointment for Roscoe today, and we are going to get off. Silly me forgot to record this when I threw these in, but now these are already washed. So when you put your stuff in the washer, make sure you set your timer so you know when to pull your stuff out. So I'm going to transfer these over to my dryer now. All right, my dryer is going, and in an hour and 4 minutes, I will come back and get them. I wish they dried that fast. That would be nice. So don't forget to pull them back out. Set your timer if you're one that forgets a lot. All right, last day to declutter, and I'm picking this area here just because it's gotten a little messy, and even though things are kind of here, they just kind of been a catch-all, and I just need to get some of it organized, at least to look neater, if anything. So I'm going to go through this, see if there's anything I need to purge, and get everything looking back nice and normal. So set your timer for 15 minutes and see what you can accomplish in that amount of time. Alright, I am done. This is what I ended up with. So I have a extra container of my body wash up there for whenever I need it. I've got an air freshener up there. I had 2 of them, but one of them didn't work, so now I have the one that works up there. All of the medicines, all of the prescription medicines are there. All of the regular medicines are divided up according to type now. All of the Band-Aids are over there, and yes, apparently I have a ton of Band-Aids, but Xander is on a Band-Aid fix here lately, so it's good that I have a lot. Every little bump and bruise has to have a Band-Aid for him. All right.
Again, my hair accessories, this little 3-drawer thing really does work well, so I've kept it just the way that it is, so I didn't really do anything to that because that was already good to go. I do have another bottle of my straightening oil, basically, from Win that's still left, so I have it tucked away over there. Lint rollers there, Q-tips there. This box is pretty much empty. It has a couple of things that I use for eBay to get some of the items together, like clothing. Got my wrinkle releaser and things like that in that bin. This bin is the dog bin, so it's got her heartworm medicine, all of her basically sweaters and things like that. Anything that I use to bathe her is all in that one little bin there. This is just a bin of bins right here. It holds basically any bins that I use for whenever I travel for work, so they're there ready to go in case I need them. It also has some travel size shampoos and things like that for whenever I need them as well for camping. Down here I just basically straightened this up. This is my books and magazines and things, so they're all there. This organizing thing here is from Alejandra. This is basically my decluttering kit. So I use this anytime I'm doing a major overhaul of a room. It's got all my supplies all in one place. So I just kind of straightened up how they were all in there because they were kind of haphazard in there from my last project. So I organized it a little bit better to make it look neater. And so that's there and ready to go. The last shelf is what I didn't get to. So, but overall, it does look a lot better than it did. That is for sure. So set your timer for 15 minutes and see what you can get done. You may be surprised at what all you get done. Oh, I did want to mention though, I did have a lot of trash that I didn't show you. So I have all this is trash, empty containers. This was contact paper for shelving that Xander actually played with and ruined, so I can't use it, so I'm throwing it away. And I got my little feather duster there from that I found in the process, which actually came in handy, so because I dusted my shelves while I was at it. So there is that. I also had some prescription medicine bottles that obviously I'm not going to show you because they've got my personal information on it. Let's see here. And just a couple of empty containers of medicine is what's left over on the other side. But that's about it. So it was quite a bit of trash, but it definitely looks a lot better now. So let's see how long we can keep it this way. Didn't have to purge very much, but I did go through my medicines as part of my KonMari series, so it didn't surprise me that I didn't have a lot to get rid of. So there you go. So again, set your timer for 15 minutes and tackle your declutter spots. Alright, my load of clothes are all dry, so I've got this whole hamper full to put up and put away and fold up and all that good stuff. So don't forget to put your laundry away. Washing it is only the first step. You still got to put them away. So get to it. I'll let you know how long it took me in just a moment. I am done, and again, it took me about 20 minutes to get this done. So I guess that's my average, 20 minutes. But everything's put away. I'm just going to throw these away and put my hangers back up because I'm pretty much done with all my hang-ups and stuff for this week anyway. So and get all this ready for the next week. Alright, I hope you got your laundry done and put away. If you haven't put it away now. And it's puppy cake time. Yep, hubby's almost home. Alright, all nice and shiny and a new dish rag ready for the next day. Alright, so in order to use our calendar, we got to check it twice a day. So we're checking it tonight before we get ready to set out our clothes for the next day. And we have nothing tomorrow, so we can wear whatever in the world we want to. We just got to look at the weather. Alright, check your calendar, see if you have anything going on tomorrow. Alright, pick out your clothes for tomorrow. Got my nice flowered shirt, navy blue pants, and of course my lace-up shoes. Remember, think about what you're doing tomorrow, and the weather for tomorrow, and plan out your wardrobe accordingly. Alright, I hope you brushed your teeth. It's hard to believe that's going to be the last time I say that. It's kind of weird. But anyway, we have made it. We did 31 baby steps, 31 days in the 31 baby steps FlyLady series. So give yourself a pat on the back. It was not easy. I know there was times where we didn't want to do this, you know, but I do want to rewind for a moment. Think about how you were on day one. What were you thinking? what made you start this series? Well, for me, my house was driving me completely nuts, and I knew I needed to do something to get in control of it. I was doing the decluttering through using the KonMari method, but I wasn't getting anything like daily done because I was so focused on the other, and it was driving me nuts. So then your house is in disarray and you don't know where to start. So obviously my thought process is go back to what worked. So I went back to the FlyLady method, starting over with the baby steps. Started out with cleaning your sink, and that was an accomplishment. It was one little thing that gave you a sense of accomplishment. And then the baby steps just keep going from there until you get to the point where you are today, where you're doing all of the routines. You're pretty much, your house is going to be on its way to being self-sufficient in no time. And I'm sure you've seen some changes in what your house looks like from the moment that you started until the moment that you ended. So let's take a moment and look at that.